All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 547 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am Via Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And I have just one question for this episode. We're going to talk about DeAndre Hopkins and Calais Campbell. Should the Atlanta Falcons sign Calais Campbell and trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Now, there's been talks over the wire about both of these players. Calais Campbell's supposed to be coming in to Flowery Branch to talk to the Falcons about, possibly being on the team as a defensive lineman. And you know how well Calais Campbell played the game. He does very well. And does he fit the scheme? I think he does with the new defensive coordinator. And with all the moves we've done in the front seven, this will be another, good player that we have on this squad. And there's also talks about DeAndre Hopkins. What do we do with him? Do we trade for him? Because there's already been talks about that as well. And actually, the price for DeAndre Hopkins is not that steep. But we're going to talk about both of that. And before we get into this, I want to let you guys know I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. And I want to thank you guys for the support. I got some big things coming up for this podcast. Been in talks with a couple people, so please be on the lookout. Hopefully those things will fall into place. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself talking about that, but I have something huge on the way, so we'll get into that at that time. But other than that, thank you guys. I'm all over the place: YouTube, Rumble, Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. I highly recommend you subscribe to more than one. Just in case one of these avenues go down, you'll be able to listen or watch at a different platform. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. First, we're going to talk about Calais Campbell. I think it's a big possibility that he ends up signing with the Falcons. He is coming into the Falcons facility for talks. He's going to visit, so it's a high possibility. What does that make this? What to make of this? Is this a situation where we sign a veteran to help the other pass rushers? I mean, we already have a veteran with Grady Jarrett. I mean, what does this help with, the others? I guess, does you help with Ebikete or any of the other ones we have? I mean, I don't know, but having more is better in most cases. And I'm here to say that I'm for this. And this is one piece I think that if you bring somebody in like this, you're trying to mentor some guys and you're probably trying to win now. Because you look at with Calais Campbell and the other guys that we've already signed, the linebackers and defensive linemen that we already have already that we brought in, and you look at the other pieces and moves that we made, this kind of start to let you think that okay, they're not just trying to build a team. They're trying to win right now. So that's really interesting if this happens. I'm not 100% certain if that's the case, but it really is like 95% sure that that's what they're trying to do. So I'm all for signing Calais Campbell. I think it'll be a pretty good pickup. He has been in the league for 14, 15 years. He knows how to play the position. Not only that, he knows how to play the position. He can show the others how to play the position and be pretty efficient at it. So I think this is going to be a really good move for the Falcons if it happens. All right, now let's go ahead and get into DeAndre Hopkins. Now, I don't like to speculate or like throw things out there from other teams as far as their players. Like the situation with Calais Campbell, he's visiting the Falcons. So that pretty much goes along with the franchise. So I think that's fair game. DeAndre Hopkins, there's reports that he's requesting a trade, and there's reports out there that the Falcons may be interested. The price for him is not that steep. I'm hearing somewhere around the second or third round pick for him. Listen, there's already been rumblings about him not wanting to be with Kyler Murray. Now you're talking about him wanting to trade, and the Falcons may be interested. Look, if they do this, let's say they do give up a second round pick, restructure his contract because they do have the money to sign him, and they may restructure to be more cap friendly for both sides. They're trying to win right now. There's no doubt in my mind at that point. The Calais Campbell, you can make a case 95%. If they sign Calais Campbell and they turn right around and get D-Hop, they're trying to win right now. Because you also have to understand, they got a whole draft as well to go through. And they already signed one receiver. They're probably going to get another one in the draft maybe. And if they get D-Hop, they're probably not. The only thing that really hasn't been touched on this defense so far, not defense, but this team so far, is running back. Do they go after Bijan Robinson? Do they go after another running back? It is very likely that if they do get D-Hop, they probably go after Bijan Robinson, or they may sign another cornerback. I know Mike Hughes just came to the team, and he could possibly be another wide receiver like the Isaiah Oliver of the team, or play that role, because I think, what's his name is coming back. Our CB number 2. Goodness, his name just Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward's supposed to be coming back. So, do we get Christian Gonzalez? Do we go after Bijan Robinson? It's almost fair game at that point. You can literally take the best player available, and that second round pick. I'm not for giving up the first round pick. That's the number 8 top 10 pick. I'm not for that. I want to keep that pick. If we can go after Jalen Carter, we can go after anybody with that pick. But any pick right there is a win for us based on the signings that we have. You get D-Hop, you're trying to win now, because now you have so many weapons. What's his name? Desmond Ridder he can't fail with this. I don't think he can fail right now, but with D-Hop, definitely he can't fail. If he does, it's definitely on him, because you already got a lot of weapons with London, Pitts, Hollis. You still got Tyler Algier who can catch out the backfield. You got Jonnu Smith. My God. And you add D-Hop to that? Man, you're talking about a team that's probably, you could probably make the case, probably like the top 3 or 4 team in the NFC. But you got to think, the Eagles are still good, but they lost some pieces. The 49ers had some additions, but we know how to play and beat the 49ers. We already did it with Marcus Mariota. The Packers, we don't even know they're going to have Aaron Rodgers. Same thing with the Vikings. Okay, I don't think they're that good. The Giants, they made some improvements as well. You look at the NFC, and I'm not even going to talk about the NFC South. I believe that we're clearly the best team in the South right now, the NFC South. But you start getting other players like these two that's on the screen. We're probably talking about this team is trying to, at the very least, make a playoff run. Don't know if they're going to make the Super Bowl, but they're going to make a run where they probably win 1 or 2 playoff games if this team is assembled. The only thing we have to do is keep Desmond Ridder upright, and Desmond Ridder don't make mistakes. If those 2 things happen with this team the way it is now, not even talking about these 2 guys, Campbell and Hopkins, but even if they were to not even be on the team, but if they were added, you're talking about a deep playoff run at that point. You'd have made some significant changes to defense, you made some significant changes on offense. You don't even know what we're getting in the draft, and you bring in a lot of weapons that we have now. This team could go far. And I know this very preliminary, and I'm not trying to predict anything, but on paper, this team is drastically improved already out the gate. But you add these 2 players, they're trying to make a run in the playoffs. 7-10, there's no way you go 7-10 at this point. I don't think you go 7-10 right now with the team assembled, but there's no way you go 7-10 if you add Hopkins and Campbell and Hopkins. You just don't do it. If you don't do it, that's on coaching. And if for all intents and purposes, if we saw what the coaching can do, this coach can actually coach pretty well. You don't go 7-10 with a team that you assembled or was able to piece together and turn around and do 7-10 again with all these moves. I don't see it happening. But we will see. I don't have much else to say. I just wanted to keep this a little bit shorter than the other episodes. But these 2 moves, if that were the case, Calais Campbell may happen. DeAndre Hopkins, I'm almost certain that is not going to happen. But if they make that move based on what the reports are saying that they're interested, they're trying to win right now. And it's not much we can complain about. We still don't have the quarterback we don't name on this show from the Ravens, but give the kid a shot. I think Ridder might do all right. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Listen, like I said, I got some big things coming for the show. Catch up with me by sometime next week. I will have that information if everything goes well. I'm not, I have the authority to say yet, but I got some things working. Hopefully it works out. If not, it'll just be pushed back to a later date. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Let me know what you think about these two players. What could happen? What do you think if they do? You already know where I'm at. I already said I think if they sign both of these guys, they're trying to win right now. If they only sign one, I think they're trying to win right now. If they sign none, they're trying to make a step ahead to get better, but I don't think they're trying to win now if they don't sign either one. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed. Peace.